Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Grammar Made Easy. Today's video is the continuation of my previous video on active and passive voice. In this video we are going to discuss present and past continuous tenses. Let's get started. As you know, the sentence structure in present continuous tense, we have a subject followed by auxiliary verbs is, am, are, the first form of the verb with ing, and the object. The sentence structure in passive voice for present continuous tense is, we should have the subject is, am, are according to the subject, addition of being, past participle followed by an object. Look at the first example here. He is driving the car. The car is the object here. It takes the subject place. The car, as it is singular, it should be followed by auxiliary verb is, and for continuous tenses we need to add being in sentences. And we have the third form of the verb here, or the past participle, by, and the subject of the active voice he changes into him. So the sentence in passive form will be, the car is being driven by him. Look at the second example. She is baking a cake. A cake is being baked by her. The third example is different because here we have the subject which is in plural, and we also have the object which is in plural form. The masons are building walls. Walls are being built by the masons. Look at the fourth example. They are taking me to the hospital. To the hospital is a prepositional phrase, so it shouldn't take the subject place. We have me, the object of this sentence. It will take the subject place in the passive form. I am being taken to the hospital. If you want to add by them, or you want to omit by them, that's okay, because we know that the sentence gives a complete thought. The idea is completed here, so no need to add by them. Negative and interrogative sentences. If you have already understood the previous slide, you won't face any difficulty at all in understanding negative and interrogative sentences. In negative sentences, we need to add the word not in the sentences. If you look at this example, the man is not climbing the ladder. The ladder is the object. It goes to the subject place. The ladder is not being climbed by the man. It should be kept in mind that not is added after the auxiliary verb which is there in the sentence. Look at the second example. They are not taking the refugees to another camp. The refugees is the object here, so we take it to the subject place here. The refugees are not being taken to another camp by them. For interrogative sentences, as you know, in present continuous, we have is, am, and are in the beginning of the sentences. Is he cooking food? Is food being cooked by him? If you have any difficulty to convert interrogative sentences into passive voice, it's better that you think it in affirmative. Think about it. For example, let me just say he is cooking food. So we can say that the passive sentence will be food is being cooked by him. As we know, food is, so actually we need to place is in the beginning of the sentence. Is food being cooked by him? And it will make it easier for you guys to convert interrogative sentences into passive form. Look at the second example given here. Who is making a noise? It starts with who. In the passive voice, we need to add by whom in sentences starting in who. By whom, and it should be followed by the auxiliary verb is, and then we have to add the object of the active sentence, by whom is a noise being made, and this actually becomes the subject of this sentence. Look at example number 3. Who is opening the door? By whom? Replacing who here, by whom. Who replaces by whom? And if we look at this example, the door is singular, so it should be preceded by is. By whom is the door being opened? By whom is the door being opened? Look at sentence number 4. Who are checking the identity cards? Is the identity cards refer to something plural? Therefore, we should have auxiliary verb preceded by the subject of this sentence are. By whom are the identity cards being checked? Past continuous tense. It's very easy to understand past continuous if you have already comprehended present continuous tense. The only difference that we have here is the difference in the auxiliary verbs. The auxiliary verbs used in past continuous tense are was and were. He was watching the movie. The movie was being watched by him. Look at sentence number 2. They were taking photographs. This is the object. The noun is plural here. Photographs were being taken by them. Look at sentence number 3. She was admiring her daughter. Her daughter is the object in the active sentence, so it takes the subject place. Her daughter was being admired by her. Negative sentences in past continuous tense. This is not difficult to convert negative sentences into passive form. They were not hanging the picture on the wall. The picture is the object, so it must take the subject place in the passive sentence. The picture, as it is singular, so we should have was. The picture was not. Not should be followed by was. The picture was not, and as you know, in continuous tenses we add being in sentences. The picture was not being. The third form of the verb hang is hung. The picture was not being hung on the wall. Please do not disturb the place of the prepositional phrase here, otherwise it will give a different meaning. For example, the picture on the wall was not being hung, which actually gives a very different meaning. So it is advisable to keep prepositional phrases in the same place. We were not playing football. Football was not being played by us. Were they carrying the injured to the hospital? Was the injured being carried to the hospital by them? Look at sentence number 4. The salesman was helping the customer when the thief came into the store. The customer was being served by the salesman when the thief came into the store. Moving to interrogative sentences. Were they questioning you and searching your vehicles at the same time? As you know, if you look at this part of the sentence, because now we have a conjunction used here, were they questioning you? So if you think about this sentence, we can change it into passive. Were you being questioned? And then the conjunction takes the same place. Were you being questioned and your vehicles being searched at the same time? So you have to think about this one, that your vehicles being searched at the same time. That will be the correct passive form. Was she playing table tennis? Was table tennis being played by her? There should be a question mark. Sorry, I didn't write it here. Were strange noises disturbing you last night? Were you being disturbed by strange noises last night? Sentences beginning with who, it has got the same structure except that we need was or were after by whom. For example, who was playing cricket outside? By whom was cricket being played outside? Why were you punishing the students? Why were the students being punished by you? Why were you punishing him? Why was he being punished by you? These two sentences begin with why, and it should take the same place, no change even in the word. Why should actually be there in the passive form as well. This is what we had to discuss today. Hope you understand. Thank you for listening. Good luck.